Well, hello! So today I thought we'd make an olive oil and coconut oil soap recipe with the cold process soap making method. And that means you literally only need 4 ingredients, and one of those is water. So it's a lovely, simple recipe, but I'm going to do a twist on this because we're actually going to be using the most beautiful mould, and it's perfect for the season. It's winter time in the UK, and that means that our coconut oil is like a brick. Depending on where you are in the world, your coconut may be really solid or it may be quite soft. If you want the recipe that I'm using today, you can find that in the description underneath the video. I'm using 30% coconut, and that's going to give us really lovely bubbly soap without making it too dry. If we go too high on the coconut, it can make it a little bit drying on the skin, and we want soap that's lovely and moisturising. So I'm going to pop that on some heat and just melt the coconut oil down. But I'm not going to add the olive oil until this is all melted down. And that really helps to speed up the soap making process for you. So if you're ever in a hurry, that's a little tip for you. Now, while that melts, I'm going to weigh off the fragrance oil that I want to try out for this particular batch. And this is probably going to be a bit of a bad idea, and it could be a complete disaster, but let's fingers crossed that it's not going to be that bad. This is a fragrance from a company called Candle Shack, and they're based in the UK, and it's cherry blossom and plum fragrance. And I thought very bravely that I would give it a go and test it out. And because it's a floral, it could very well seize on me, but we will find out. So I don't normally just make a soap up without testing the fragrance first, because fragrances and essential oil blends can be so temperamental. And if you're making a larger batch, it can really be an awful lot of material that ends up being wasted. Okay, let's add our beautiful olive oil. I'm not heating the olive oil. This is just going to go in at room temperature. And the heat from the lye and the heat from our warm coconut oils is going to be more than sufficient. We'll be pretty much at the right temperature to just make soap straight away. I already have my lye solution mixed up, so we can go ahead and add that. It's lovely and clear. Give that a quick mixing and just wait until I show you. I'm just going to set that to aside for a moment. It's not going to go anywhere. Let me show you this beautiful mould. I bought this nearly a year ago, and I've been waiting all of this time to use it because I had a vision for a specific moment. And it's this beautiful, beautiful mould. And I don't know if you can actually see how gorgeous this is. It's going to look absolutely beautiful. What we're going to do is we're going to pour this soap into here. And then when we take them out the moulds, we're going to fill in these beautiful hearts with another colour. And I think it's going to look gorgeous. We'll have to wait and see whether that's actually what happens with it. Now, I don't want this at a super thick tray, so I want it quite light because I am using this fragrance oil that I have absolutely no idea on. Let's just burp the stick blender. Let's give it a little buzz. My oils whilst I'm stirring. I need your fingers crossed here. Let's hope. I think I'm going to add some titanium dioxide. I really want it to be a little bit more white for this particular soap. A couple of spoons of pre-mixed titanium dioxide into that. It's really not going to help me when I'm unsure of the batter, is it? But isn't that the joy of soap making? Living life on the edge with your latest recipes. I think for this, I am actually going to pour it into a jug just to make it easier to get into the molds. All I need to do now is to cover these over and give them, I'm going to give these 48 hours because they are single molds, and then I'm going to come back and unmold them and we'll fill in that beautiful heart in the center. What if you don't have that mold? Well, that doesn't mean that you can't make this soap. You can literally take any mold at all. It could just be some molds that you use for baking. It could be a proper soap mold. Soap making is accessible to everybody, and these simple ingredients allow you to make soap at home. So you don't need all of the fancy things. You really can get started with just some very simple and humble ingredients. And then let's just pour that into our mold. Doesn't that look creamy and absolutely beautiful? I'm going to keep a tiny bit back. And it's clearly a day for risks because I'm going to put a little bit of this mica powder in. And I have absolutely no idea whether this is a pink, which is going to be heat stable. So it could come out with no colour whatsoever. But let's give it a go and see. This particular one is called Garden Pink. And then I'm going to use a spatula. And I'm just actually going to swirl through it a little bit just to get a little bit of colour through the soap. It's not going to do it all of the way through. And then I just want to have a little bit of decoration just on the very, very top. Use a stick and just do a swirl on the surface. Very simple. Anybody could make. If you don't have mica powder at home, you might have something like paprika powder, or you might have turmeric powder that you could add in. It's not going to be pink, but you're going to get a beautiful colour in your soap. So don't be afraid to experiment with simple, humble ingredients. They're often the very, very best. And all we need to do is to give that a little bit of time under some blankets, and we're going to have another beautiful soap. So this was a 1 kilo batch, and we've been able to make a ½ kilo loaf and 6 beautiful moulded bars, all out of that one recipe. If you wanted to just do a smaller recipe, just half everything, and you'll be able to make either some individual bars or a single loaf. I can't wait to unmold this one with you and show you how it looks and see that beautiful finished design. Well, they are done. Our beautiful coconut oil and olive oil soaps are finished. And we can add that extra finishing touch to them in the centre. It has been, it's quite hard getting these out. This has been 48 hours that they've been sitting there because they're individual bar moulds. And I did pop these into a warm oven. Might have been a little bit too warm even. Oh my goodness, these are quite, either I'm getting very, very weak, or these are a bit of a devil to get out. Ah, there we go. Let me go and fight with the moulds. and come back when they're all done. There is a little bit of tear out just where it's not completely clean around here, so I probably could have done with freezing these to get the molds out in better shape. And I do feel that by popping them into the warm oven instead of just leaving them under the blankets, I've created this effect on the surface where I've got little air bubbles that have started to develop, and that normally happens when you put them in an oven that's a little bit too warm. I'm going to take just a little bit of melt and pour soap and just melt it down. And you know, nothing about this particular soap has gone right so far. And that's the thing, you are going to have times where no matter what you do and what you make, it just is not going to go the way that you anticipated. And you have to just sometimes roll with it and just celebrate the products that you're making. Don't worry if everything isn't perfect. Don't worry if you've got, you know, lumps or blotches or bubbles or whatever it is. It's okay. Learn from what went wrong, and tomorrow will be another day. There's no point getting stressed out about it at all. And then all I'm going to do is to use a pipette and suck some of this up and then just fill that little heart in the middle like that, and just give it a quick spray just to burst the bubbles. Let's do another one. Let it run in, and then hopefully I can get the last one as well. I'm going to do 3 like this. I do think you could actually just mix some mica colour with a little bit of isopropyl alcohol, and if you were careful you could just paint into the bottom of those. Sadly, they're not exactly as I wanted them to be. So let's look at the next disaster, because there's more than one in this particular soap. It was a complete day of troubles. So do you remember our beautiful pink swirl that we did on the top of this soap? Well, there's no swirl, and I was a little bit worried about this. Actually, there's the tiniest hint. I mean, it is absolutely tiny. You have to have binoculars to see that swirl. And that is because the colour is clearly not heat stable. And this happens. And that's why it's so important not to just grab the first thing off of the shelf like I did, and to actually look at what the suppliers recommend and what it is suitable for. So this particular soap was obviously designed or made with something like carmine in it, and carmine is not heat stable, so as soon as your soap goes into gel, all of your beautiful patterning and colour disappears. But we know it's there, we just can't see it, it's just hiding from us. Let's cut inside. Well, look at that. You see, just when I thought that there was absolutely nothing there, it goes and proves me wrong, and inside we have a little bit of a pink swirl. Go figure. Oh my goodness, what a day. Let's have a look and see how many other swirls and what kind of effect we've got from them. Actually, I have to say these are really nice. Considering I figured that there was absolutely nothing there, we've managed to develop a beautiful swirl. What do I know? Oh, it's disappearing now. But that side we've still got one. That side not so much. So have you had some disaster soaps when you've been making them? Have you had some colours that just did not work out the way that you thought they would? I would love to hear about your bad days as well. We all have them. It's about how you move on from them that matters. Well, I don't think they are complete disasters. It's certainly not the style or design that I was looking for when I first started out with this soap, but I've got some beautiful bars of soap that I can actually use. We've got these beautiful heart designed ones. We've got 6 of those that we can use, which is fabulous. It's a lovely shape for fitting into the palm of your hands as well. And great for Valentine's Day or Mother's Day later in the year. I'll put the link to that specific mould in the description under the video. Now we also have that whole loaf that we made up of exactly the same recipe. It was one batch for both styles today. And this is our classic coconut oil and olive oil soap with that little pink swirl just running through it. So I hope that you enjoyed spending some time with me today and seeing all of the things that can go wrong even when you've been doing it for a long time. But it doesn't mean that the fun is any less, and the soap is still beautiful, and I can't wait to use these once they've cured. I'm going to see you in another video really soon. Bye bye for now.